crispy and delicious cheese balls with only 3 ingredients and without using the oven. A real wonder that will only take you 5 minutes. Today, we prepare some cheese appetizers that are going to blow your mind. Hello, I'm Pelayo, and this is Saladolandia. I hope you're doing very well, but that when the video ends, you're even better. Because today, I present to you an idea that you're going to love, and that surely, if you have guests, you'll surprise them with it. It's going to be one of those wonderful snacks that everyone likes. It's made with just 3 ingredients, without using the oven, and much easier than you'd expect. So, all good news. Let's go for it. Remember, I'll provide the exact ingredient list with quantities at the end of the video, so you can watch the video calmly without thinking about amounts. Let's go for it and enjoy. We begin. The first thing is going to be to beat an egg with a fork in a wide container. Enough so that it is well mixed. And if you notice, I'm already prepared. With gloves on, I recommend that you use plastic gloves because the kneading will be much simpler, although I tell you that it is totally optional. Well, as I said, beaten egg, and now, second ingredient. It's going to be 3 tablespoons of cornstarch, starch, corn flour. Or refined corn flour, whatever you call it. The point is that you add it and continue with the same fork, giving it a few turns until it is perfectly integrated. As you've seen, they are 3 heaping generous tablespoons. Once you add it, you give it a few turns until it starts to get a somewhat uniform texture. It won't stick completely, but you will have made a lot of progress. Something like what you're seeing on screen. Well, it's more or less mixed, so let's go for the third and final ingredient of the day. And it's none other than grated cheese, a soft cheese. I'm using mozzarella. Specifically, I'm going to use 2 cups or 300 grams. First, I add a little and knead, and then the rest. I'm using mozzarella type cheese, which I buy like this, already grated. Why? Well, for several reasons. First, because it's soft. Second, because it has that salty touch that I love. And third, because it has a soft texture. I recommend that you use a similar cheese, but not this one. No, not necessarily this one. I want you to use the one you like the most, as long as it has a somewhat soft texture. You see, there's no mystery at all. Just press and release, press and release, press and release. Until you have a ball of dough that is easy to work with and has a very uniform texture. So it's quick and easy. If you have a bit of trouble getting this dough in the end, it's no problem. You can add half a teaspoon of water to the container itself. With just that moisture, it will be much easier to handle, and it will turn into this kind of very easy paste. Once you have it, you prepare balls. You can make them smaller or larger, depending on each one's taste. It's normal for them to be the size of a walnut, as you see here. How are they made? If you didn't quite catch that, I'll explain it to you. You take a piece of dough the size you want, flatten it well with your hands to make it compact, and then roll it into a ball. That is, you roll it in the palms of your hands until it becomes round. Meanwhile, I keep repeating the process with the remaining dough. This is the perfect time to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. This way, you'll be up to date with all the news, and also support me a little bit. Another important detail is this one. Place plenty of absorbent cooking paper on a plate before you start cooking, because they are going to be fried over medium-high heat with plenty of oil. And as you're finding out, you have to wait until it's nice and warm. You'll know by doing what I do, placing some wood in the center, and if you see bubbles coming out like you saw here, does that mean the oil is ready to receive these fantastic cheese balls? In my case of mozzarella, we're going to place a few. The optimal thing is to add them separately, 3, 4, 5 at most. If you want to do it wildly, like I'm going to do this first round, you're going to have to work a little bit more, because you'll need to be turning them so they don't stick. So you have two options. Either you make a lot and do it like this, keep stirring and stirring until they're golden, or you do it little by little. The only important thing, that is to watch them a little bit. If they're not golden enough yet, do you keep going at it? Keep them in the oil, and don't worry, in a few minutes, they'll start to get a nice color. They'll start to look pretty and ready to be enjoyed. As always, when frying, you can do it to your preference. I like them like this, slightly golden. If you like them super golden, no problem. You just have to leave them a little longer. We are here to enjoy, and that's why I always recommend browning. When you fry things to your liking, come on, these are ready. I continue with the next round. This time, I'm going to do them separately, so you can see that you don't need to stir. If you put a small amount, you leave them like this, a little bit apart from each other, and that's it. After a few minutes, they move on their own, but they don't stick together because they have space. And they turn out this fantastic. It was an easy recipe, right? I'm gonna fry the last ones, and in the meantime, I'm going to explain that this is how it turns out. Fantastic. There's no need to add any batter. I'm sure many people thought about breadcrumbs. Well, no, it's not necessary. They become crispy on the outside, without the need to add anything else. So it's time to enjoy. Another thing you could add is spices to the dough, but that's another story. Here's the inside. I don't know why the camera has given me this shine, but you can see the cheese inside. Come on, fantastic, right? Fantastic and spectacular at the same time. And you can prepare an appetizer this easy, this beautiful, and in a jiffy at your home. I hope you enjoyed the idea and that you'll try it someday. Then you tell me how it is. Enjoy it. It was easy. And they turn out super, super nice. Crispy on the outside, and you've seen how soft they are on the inside. With just these 3 simple ingredients, you can achieve wonders. So take note of everything, because I'm sure you're going to try them just like I am right now. This. You'll enjoy this, as you get to use your favorite cheese. This approach ensures success without any errors. And if you want to give it an extra touch, you can add a spice to the dough. Maybe a bit of oregano. A bit of basil? Tell me down below in the comments, what would you put? That way I can get some ideas. While you think about it, you can watch this video that you see looks super good. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. It's free. Turn on the bell and notifications to stay updated with all the news. And remember that I have a sweet recipes channel called Golosolandia.